Hello, everybody, and welcome to this week's episode of ChitChat Takeout. I'm your host, ZenPho.
Meg.
And so, Meg, me and you both bought the Versa 2, the
hmm
Fitbit Versa 2. What do you think of yours so far?
So the only problem I have with it, I actually had to charge it a couple more times than I would have thought I would have needed to charge it. But besides that, I love it. I mean, I love that. I don't use like any of the fancy clock faces because I couldn't find any that I really like, so I've been using like the basic one. But I like it. I like how it's keeping track of my sleep and stuff because I want to know that information. My old smartwatch I had didn't do that. So the only other downside I had about it was um phone calls vibrate the shit out of my hand. It's just like
It's her new sex toy.
fuck off. Talk about yours.
I think it's great. I haven't had charging issues. I charge mine maybe once a week, and the charge lasts me the rest of the week. I do use a clock face on mine because I'm a nerd, and they had a Pit Boy
Oh,
clock face on it.
so you're not. So you're calling me not a nerd?
Evidently. And you didn't even go
Okay,
with any of the Kirby faces that they have.
they have Kirby faces.
I don't know. I'm just taking a fucking guess. I mean, you didn't check.
No, let's just focus on Disney stuff, and I
Yeah.
try to looking up like video game ones, and then I still couldn't find any I like. So,
I love the watch itself. However, I do have issues with the bands. As you can see, mine
oh
broke.
my god!
Mine has been broken for 2 weeks, but I've been waiting till now to actually say something. Just because I wanted to bitch about this. There will be a picture of this
Yes, I
somewhere on
will.
screen right now
I will
because
take a picture.
it's bad.
It's
And
bad.
like I don't wear my watch tight. Like that's pretty loose around my
Mm-hmm.
wrist. Like yeah, so there's no excuse for why it's broken the way it is.
Yeah, that's
So I had to go and order a new one today. It's supposed to be here by Sunday. Hopefully that's true and it doesn't fall apart on me before then.
so. I that was another thing. I don't like the silicon, whatever you call it. The I don't
Like
like
the
the
rub.
feeling of the band. I don't care for it. It kind of rubs my wrist a lot. So I might actually buy a new band myself for a cloth one, something that's a little bit easier on my wrist.
Right. The one I got, I believe it's mostly the same like rubber material, but it doesn't clip in like these ones do. Instead, the watch face goes inside of it,
Oh, that's nice.
and it acts partially as a protector, and second, it's just a more rugged
Right.
band because yeah, if that. I mean, I've been doing a lot of workouts lately, but again, nothing that should be causing it to rip like this. Like
Yeah.
this is made for exercise. If you can't exercise while wearing it, then what's the point of it?
Hopefully it doesn't break before you get the band. That's gonna suck.
Yes, yes, it would. I mean, it came with the smaller one. I don't know where that is though. So, I want one more announcement before we get started here, or before we go into what you've been doing this week. In next week, we have a special episode.
Mhm.
That's all been confirmed.
Yes.
All right, yes, and we have a our first guest star.
Yes.
Yeah,
I was. That took me a minute to know what the fuck you were talking about. We have so many upcoming projects and stuff. Yes. Hopefully it will be a thing. We're going to test some features out with the
it is doable. I've already done my research. Yep.
nice. So, we're gonna do some technical work, but we're hoping to redo an episode that never aired. So,
Well, not just redo. It's going to be done better because
yes.
well, I will still be hosting. I will not have as much involvement as I did last time because it's on a topic I care nothing about. So you could hear me phoning it in when I was.
Mm,
So yeah, we'll have our first ever guest star. We'll be redoing Meg's episode, and yeah, like I said, I'll be hosting, but I'll have less involvement in the conversation itself. I'll just be here to ask the questions and make the jokes as I do. Anything you want to share? Well,
um. Wow. There really isn't a whole lot. Oh, I realized I made a huge mistake a very long time ago, and I'm paying the price for it now. So I had on my anime list that I've been working on for almost 10 years, maybe? As long as I've been watching anime. I decided to purge it a long time ago and tried to start from scratch. Yeah, that has not been going so well for me because even though I purged the old list and put the stuff that I wanted to rewatch, because there was some stuff on my old list that I could not remember that I said that I had watched. Even though that's on there, I also have incoming anime going on right now. And you know what this year has just been full of?
COVID.
Not the point I was trying to make. But there's been...
Am I wrong?
No, you're not wrong.
Exactly.
But there has been a lot of anime that I personally watched that has been coming out lately. So I'm in a little behind. And
She says she's just now a little bit behind. I know for a fact there are some classic anime you have never seen.
Right.
I don't like anime, and I have seen them. So take that for what it's worth.
So yeah, I made a huge mistake, but I am getting back on that bandwagon. So let's see what happens on that bandwagon.
Just 8 hours a day of watching My Hero Academia Nut. Macadamia Nut, something like that.
My Hero Academia.
All right, so into the main topic for this week. Been in the news a lot lately. A little-known company called Microsoft is planning on buying another little-known company known as Discord. I don't know.
Are they like a company, or is that just the name of their program? Because I don't think they are actually like a company.
Skype is technically its own company.
True.
Teams is technically its own company.
I thought Teams was just something that Microsoft just pulled out of their ass.
It's its own company.
I thought it was something they pulled out of their ass, like Word and PowerPoint and all those other applications.
No.
I thought it was...
Microsoft Office is its own company. All these things owned by Microsoft, but they have different divisions of different companies that run them.
Kind of like Xbox?
Yeah. How the Xbox has its own fucking team and everything that does
it's just
it.
umbrella bullshits.
Microsoft's the big daddy, and then you have all the little ones. Like Alphabet Inc. actually owns Google.
Yep.
Google
I
itself
knew
is
that.
not. Yeah. Which I gotta say, fucking baller name for a company. I wish they did more with it.
Right.
Like,
Instead of just Google.
yeah, it's like all they have is Google and Google related products. It's
Right.
like, no. You have a baller fucking name. Use it for more shit.
So, Microsoft buying Discord.
Yeah. It's one of those things I'm not really sure how I feel about this. I have a lot of conflicting opinions, but...
So, what do you mostly use for Discord? Because I know how I use Discord.
I use Discord very little. There is one person I ever talk to on Discord, and that is just because she refuses to use Skype.
Anyways, I talk to some people through Discord privately, and then I am part of a server for a live streamer channel, which they do a lot with their Discord. They have different sections that category of what they're doing or different fandoms that they're part of. And I actually plan to be part of another server here soon once I figure out their super Discord channel. But yeah, so I use Discord as kind of like a hub of
your social media.
I actually used it as my social media for a while too. When I was kind of off of Facebook and Twitter, retreat, as I call it, as I don't have Facebook nor Twitter installed on my phone. At the time,
I was going to say, that is bullshit.
I did reinstall Facebook and Twitter.
Oh, that
Um,
reminds me, I never reinstalled Twitter. Hey guys, there hasn't been anything posted to our Twitter for a while. That's because I'm a dumbass and just realized I needed to
our Twitters have
reinstall it.
been kind of neglected lately. I will admit mine has not been touched for a while. I try to retweet when ChitChat Takeout goes out, but
ChitChat
that's
Takeout hasn't gone out because I forgot to add it to my phone. Sorry.
um.
Not sorry.
So yeah, and then I had Facebook, but the reason I added Facebook on because I did have something happen in the family, and that was where the first thing happened was on Facebook. It didn't happen in person like I kind of wanted it to but um, that's
I don't like Facebook.
I don't either, and I think that's the reason why I don't like it. Is because I have a lot of people on Facebook that will just post personal family shit on there that doesn't need to be posted. And then in between all of that, I just have ads that are just crap shoot fucking ads that don't relate to me.
See, I don't know what people post on Facebook because I do not use. I have a Facebook account,
Right.
but I don't use my Facebook account. Like if somebody message me on it, I get Messenger.
Right.
But if you post something on your wall, I have no idea you posted on your wall. I don't look at it because I just don't care.
I do have Facebook Messenger, and that's because I have two people who I talk to on a regular basis through Facebook Messenger. But I guarantee you, probably tomorrow, if I told them, "Hey, I'm deleting Facebook Messenger," they'll probably text me instead. But so, um, so yeah, I'm kind of worried about Microsoft taking over Discord.
Oh, I'm not. I am hoping they completely take it over. I'm hoping they integrate it into Teams because I think it will make Teams like if they take the Teams aspect of groups and all that, add it into Discord because Discord doesn't really have groups. It has servers you can set up, but it's not quite the same feeling.
You don't need to be part of a group to chat with multiple people.
Right.
You can do private IMs and stuff like that. A server is more if you're going to do if you're going to constantly talk to that same exact group on a daily basis and you're going to have a community with them.
Well, it's like Skype groups are the same way.
Right.
Teams groups, like that's what those are designed for.
Right.
But Teams is also made as they attempted to design it as an all-in-one meeting / productivity environment. And they did a really shit job at that. I mean, these people are the ones that created Skype, or at least owned Skype. They know how communication platforms should be. I don't know why it's so fucking hard for them to integrate that into Teams.
So what I know of Microsoft's Messenger history is they used to have Link. Link was a crapshoot.
Link was Skype.
Well, and then they bought out Skype and turned Link into Skype, and then because I think they copied and pasted Skype, and then they bought out Skype, and then they came up with Teams. Teams is a crapshoot, so now they're gonna use Discord and they copy and pasted Discord, and then
see,
now
I don't think Microsoft bought Skype. I think they created it.
No, they bought out Skype.
We're going to have a quick intermission here while ZenPho Googles this. Oh, in 2009, Silver Lake, Anderson Horowitz, and Canada Pension Plan Investment Board acquired 65% of Skype from eBay for $1.9 billion. Then in 2011, it was acquired by Microsoft for $8.5 billion.
Skype is dead anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Well, it's not dead. That's the thing. Skype still exists.
I guess when I think of the Office suite, which Skype is part of the Office suite, I think it's mostly for business because you have to pay that outrageous.
There's a free version of Skype.
There is. So the domestic version of Skype is free. But most people don't use it anymore because they're using the built-in apps on their phone.
Like FaceTime. Messenger, yeah. Which is really stupid, people. Go back to the good old days of...
Right.
Actually, I'd like to see the days of message boards come back. I know Reddit exists, and like there are some out there, but they're not as good as they used to be.
I don't know. I guess my fear is Discord is not gonna be the same, and I just can't. I used Discord for a business project before, and it worked for the purposes that we used it for. But I know people have difficulties with Discord as a business.
It's also not the most secure program in the
That's
world.
why businesses
Yeah.
have such a hard time with it. On my scale, it was okay because we were only a very small company doing it.
Right.
Or small group, not company. We're really a group.
There's also no commercial licensing for it. Each
Right.
person has to get an individual license, and
Exactly. So I think I wouldn't mind if Discord stayed as a gaming unit, but if they try to integrate it to a business side, I just don't think that's gonna work.
I think they could use aspects of it in the business side, though.
Well, the problem I see that can happen is they're just gonna wipe Discord from the face of the planet, and then they're gonna integrate everything into Teams.
Well, like I said, Skype still exists. They haven't wiped that from the face of the planet. They've
Right.
barely integrated any of it into Teams, which
Right.
confuses the shit out of me because they're really pushing Teams to take over for it. Yeah, it misses all the features.
Well, that's why I say that Skype is dead, is because they're trying to get Teams to take over.
Yeah, but then they have people like us who just kind of,
Right.
give them the bird, tell them to fuck off, because Teams sucks. 100. It's not even.
Right. I mean,
When Windows 10 became a thing, everyone was bitching that it wasn't an improvement from Windows 8, that it wasn't Windows 7. I defended Windows 10. I still do to this day. I love Windows 10. I think it's the best operating system since fucking 7.
when it's not the home version.
Yeah, fuck you, Microsoft, and your home versions. Fuck the people who sold me the laptop with the fucking home version on it. Jeez. Sorry.
I had a laugh when you told me about
Off
that.
topic, yeah.
So,
Anyway. My point being, Microsoft has the potential to make really good things. And people will bitch because it's not what they're used to. They won't give it a chance. I have given Teams a chance. Again and again and again and again. I remember when Teams first came out, I jumped on the idea of fucking using it.
right.
And I still regret all the time I've wasted trying to figure out that fucking program. It's a mess. It's a goddamn fucking mess.
See, I used Teams for a short while, but I didn't use it in the extent that it was meant for. Mostly what I was using it for was to talk between classmates, and we were sending funny gifts between each other.
So it's like Discord then?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, but I guess I use Discord because that's what everybody else uses. And I'm afraid that if they get rid of Discord, that that all those communities that have been built off Discord are just gonna poof.
That's true. They would have to find a way. They'd either need to make Teams free or a free version that doesn't interfere with people's current Discord shit. Because there's a paid version of Discord too.
It's called Discord Nitro, which
it's like $100 a fucking year for it.
Yeah.
And all you get is some GIFs.
Well, there's
emojis. Blowjobs.
There's also another benefit to you. Excuse me. Is that so if I'm talking with you, I can't share any of the emotes that I get from the other server I'm part of. And there's a crap load of emotes and stuff like that. Also, I think Nitro also gives you like a different, like something else when it comes to live streaming as well.
I don't know. It's all just reminding me of the Steam points though.
Yeah.
The most useless fucking things. Seriously, god damn it, Steam. Fucking have those be worth currency, like, a half a cent a piece or something fucking. Like what every other fucking gaming company out there does.
I guess make it next to impossible to change your profile picture. So you do have to use the Steam points to change your profile picture. Because I could see, like, oh, we don't want to actually give you currency. We're just going to give you, like, fake currency so that you can buy, like, cosmetic stuff for your account.
I don't want cosmetic shit. I want fucking games.
Well,
Discord isn't the only thing Microsoft has recently brought up. They've also brought up Meg's favorite word to say, so I'm going to go ahead and let her do it.
no.
Come on, say it.
What's that?
What?
What's that?
The word Meg is trying to pronounce here is Bethesda, or more accurately, Bethesda Softworks.
Can I just say the people that made Fallout and Skyrim are called good?
No.
Please?
If you can name one more of their titles, you can do that.
Outer Worlds.
No. I'm not going to lie, you were kind of close there. Because that was Obsidian, who are the same people that created Fallout.
What is that stupid Rage World? It was some, like, punk rock. Okay.
I know the game you're talking about. I'm not going to tell you the name of it, though.
Okay.
Come on. Nope. Put that away. You can't use it. I will smack you with a bungee cord.
Deathloop?
They haven't made that one yet.
Why can I not remember any of the other games that they made that are, like, huge titles?
I was going to say, there's quite a few of them, so...
Right, that's the problem I'm having right. Are these just all shooter games and I can't think of them?
Skyrim's not a shooter.
No, like the other games that I'm trying to think of.
No.
I'm like trying to think of like the one E3 that I like intensely watched when they did their press release, and the only thing I remember out of that whole freaking thing is Fallout 76 and the announcement for Skyrim, for Elder Scrolls 6.
Yeah. Announcement. That's a funny word for a picture of freaking CGI mountains.
Why can I not think of any of the... I know the one I'm thinking in my head. It's like some weird dystopian world with punk rock characters and they're all wearing creepy clown makeup and... Yeah, it's like RimWorld or...
Okay, now you're just naming off games on
No!
my Steam list.
I...
Are you thinking We Happy Few?
No, I know that's not the one I'm thinking of.
Clown makeup. They made Rage, but they don't have clown makeup.
Yeah, that's what the one I'm thinking of. It's Rage.
Fucking clown makeup?
Yes!
That's
like
what you think of?
hair and the weird...
Oh, you're thinking Rage 2. Nobody cares about Rage 2. That game was shit.
I love it. Oh, they also made the Dishonored.
Yeah. That's the one I was waiting for you to say was Dishonored.
I haven't played Dishonored. Oh, Doom.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god.
They made a lot of good games.
Oh my god. I feel so dumb now.
Anyways, Bethesda is the one Meg was trying to say, and we've touched on this before, I think. Maybe not. We might have.
We might have mentioned it in our earlier podcasts.
I'm going to be honest with you, folks. I don't remember what I just said 5 minutes ago. So if I talked about this before, we're not sorry. Go fuck yourself.
We didn't actually talk about the acquisition for it. I think we just talked that Microsoft was in the development of buying them out.
Oh.
I don't think we actually said that they had actually acquired
Bethesda.
Well,
can I just do a montage of you saying Bethesda?
I can't say it. What the fuck?
Ba.
Or...
Ba.
No, we're not doing speech therapy.
Ba.
Nope, we're not doing it.
Ba.
I'm not fucking doing it.
Ba.
Hi, sheep.
Ba. 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 Yes, Microsoft has bought Bethesda, who was in the middle of a lawsuit about Fallout 76. Don't know how all that one's going to go over. I think this one probably affects me more than it affects you, though.
Yeah, because I don't actively play many of these games. I really like. I'm. I have seen the games. I have never actually actively played them. I'm more of Ubisoft fangirl here. Yes, I like my stupid Canada bullshits right now. Shut the fuck up.
Only one studio's in Canada.
Two of them.
Do they have two now?
Yep, Toronto and Montreal.
I was going to say, I knew they had Montreal. I didn't know they had one in Toronto, too. Oh, anyway.
And I think they're developing one in Vancouver. Don't quote me on that.
Fuck Vancouver. Fuck Canada.
Actually, I think they're more France. Studio company.
Ubisoft.
Ubisoft.
But, yeah. So this one probably affects me more than it affects you because I have followed the Elder Scrolls series since the beginning. I am that nerd that will talk about the Elder Scrolls. I say nerd like that's a bad thing now. Being a nerd's still a bad thing, folks. Stop being fucking nerds. But yes, I can tell you the lore of the Elder Scrolls series from Arena through Skyrim, through some of the books that were created, Elder Scrolls Online, which fucked with a lot of the lore, and I don't like it. Yes, Bethesda, I know it wasn't your property at the start, and you want to make it yours as much as possible. Quit fucking with the Arena and Daggerfall lore, though. It's fucking me up.
Right. So I understand the sorry.
I'm still going. So my concern with all this, with the Elder Scrolls 6, is because I have an Xbox One. I don't plan on buying any of the Xbox series, though. I want to keep using my PC. I don't want to have to buy Game Pass. I want to be able to go on Steam, buy the fucking game, and play it that way. And I feel like that's not going to be an option here in the future.
So,
and I know they've said, oh, well, anything that's contract now will continue, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, that doesn't matter at the end of the day. Fucking.
I don't think Xbox / Microsoft is gonna try to be the bad guy in this situation. They, based off the information I have seen, they're looking to try to get as many gaming capable machines in people's hands as possible. They don't care if that's a PlayStation. They don't care if that's an Xbox. They don't care if it's a PC.
Well, that's because Bill Gates is a philanthropist and he kind of carries that on with his company.
Right.
But what happens when he's gone?
Yeah, that's kind of the worry there.
When he goes the way of, the fuck was the Apple dude's name?
Steve Jobs.
Steve Jobs. Yeah, well, what happens then?
Right. I think, so here's, I find that here's going to be the problem. Is that, yes, they want everybody to have these consoles or these gaming capable machines, but they want you to get Game Pass. That's where they make their money. They're not making their money off the Xboxes, people. They're losing. Well, I think Sony's losing more money off the PlayStation 5s than Microsoft is losing money off their two systems. But they're not making as much money as they are with the Game Pass. That is where the moneymaker is.
Of course it is, because it's a subscription that you have to pay monthly for, and then you forget that you're paying for.
And it doesn't cost them anything to put it on their fucking battery.
Nope.
All they
and
costs them is the server storage, what they have.
And if they keep buying up all the gaming companies, then it won't cost them anything to put the games on there either, because they'll own them all.
Right. And there will come a time where Sony is going to have to reveal their hand and be like, help us.
What does Sony do nowadays besides the PlayStation?
TVs.
Do they still
Sound.
make TVs?
Uh-huh.
I figured Vizio and
Yeah,
fucking
Vizio and LG and Samsung has it in the back, but they still
Samsung still makes TVs too. I thought they switched entirely over to smart
no, they
devices.
still make Samsung TVs and they're not as good as like Vizios
So I
and
mean, I
LGs.
thought Vizio pretty much cornered the market on that. Like LG's
Well,
there,
do
but
you remember the giant curved TV? They were one of the first people to make that.
LG or
No,
Samsung.
Samsung.
Yeah, but those ones were fucking shit.
Yeah, and they were almost like 3 times the price than a
Yeah.
normal TV
Then
was.
LG came in and made one. It was like, ours is better. You
Right.
can actually see it. Oh, and it's half the price.
So, I think so. Sony makes TVs, sound production stuff. So like headphones, accessories, and stuff like that.
So they half make a lot of things.
Right. So
Half make, meaning they
they,
try to make.
I don't believe they don't have a whole lot of market in other things. They have their movie studio, but I think that's also going down perhaps.
Does Sony actually
The
own those though,
last
or does Universal own those and just has the Sony logo on them?
No, I think Sony owns them. Universal just like, hey, can we use them for our properties? Because owns the contract for Spider-Man. That's
Does
why.
he? Do they still own it, or was that the final deal? Was Disney bought it?
I'm not 100% sure. I'm not completely updated on that. But the last thing I knew, Sony still owned them. I am not sure if
Disney bought them out of it, or
right. So the last thing I know that Sony has brought out into the world that was a very high moneymaker was Into the Spider-Verse. That's the last thing I am aware of. Besides gaming consoles, which is...
right. But again, was that actually a Sony thing, or was it just a Sony product that somebody else designed for them?
I'm not sure.
Because I know Universal does a lot of Sony shit.
Yep. So it could have that could easily be the thing is that they outsource Universal for that.
They could be. I was thinking Universal actually owned Sony Studios now. They just kept the name of it.
Maybe. But yeah, now that you mention it to me, Sony really doesn't have a whole lot under their belt anymore. So.
If Microsoft takes over the gaming sphere, Sony's gonna be hurting.
Right.
Because even like you said, they make sound shit. Not really good sound stuff.
No.
Like,
I mean,
their headphones are mediocre at best for their price range.
I'd rather buy like a Bose, yeah, headset rather than a Sony one.
Well, that's what I mean. Like, for their price range, you can buy a lot better quality for the same price. It's like they would be better suited making keeping the quality, but putting it at a lower market tier, more standard consumer tier, and then they'd probably be ahead. But they're just.
And Sony honestly doesn't have a whole lot of like gaming companies that are strictly under their umbrella. Like a lot of the companies that are producing stuff for them are stuff that they were producing for Microsoft and PC as well. So, and I think that's what people's problems is that PS5 looks like a gaming console, but in that box looks more like a computer. But the thing is, we're moving in this era where
Everyone should just buy a computer. Fuck gaming consoles.
Right.
Think about it, if developers only had to make for one system, do you realize how many more games they could shill out in a fucking year? How much better their games could be?
Beautiful. It would be a beautiful time in the gaming industry.
Whereas right now, you have them either deciding to strictly go with next gen and alienating half of their customer base, or you have them split between 4 consoles, and then you get a lesser quality game than you would. I mean, do you remember Harry Potter and the Quidditch World Cup? Did you ever play that?
No.
There are 3 fucking versions of, like, all the Harry Potter games, actually. There are 3 versions of that game, depending on which console you play it on.
I did play Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone game when it first came out.
On what system?
PC.
PC?
On a disc, like a CD-ROM disc.
If you played it on the PlayStation or on the Xbox, it would have been a completely different game than what you remember.
I can imagine, because if I remember, it's been years, like daycare years since I even seen this game. But it was like you click on the scene that you want to play, and then you play out the scene. There wasn't a whole lot of like story to it. You would click on the scene that you wanted to play. So the Quidditch match. You click on the Quidditch match, and then the guy would be like, "Oh, Harry is competing in his first Quidditch match. You need to catch the golden snitch in this time period before these guys get to so many points. Go." And then it was very pixelated and polygon. Don't get me wrong,
But all of them were. But they were entirely different games.
Right.
Like, even story-wise, gameplay-wise, that's going to be the days we end up back in. Which is why if everyone just switched over to PC, they'd only have to develop for one console. They could make much better games that way.
And I think that's what Microsoft is trying to do. They're trying to put you all into this PC universe, because if you're going to have a PC, what are you going to run it on?
Linux.
The average consumer will run it on.
I want Ubuntu.
The average consumer will run it on.
True. Mac OS?
Well, Apple might be screwed there.
Well, Mac is a Unix-based program, so technically. But no, that's one thing Sony, I don't understand why they did this. The PS, I can't remember if it was the 3 or 4. One of them, when it first came out, you could sideload Arch Linux onto it.
It's probably the PS3.
They fucking patched it so you couldn't do that anymore, and I don't know why.
Yeah, they don't have the best practices.
But then they also had to pay everybody $1 who did it. Like, court order, which is fucking weird for them. Like, not only is it weird that they patched it, like, why not let people do this if they want to? Like, fucking, it's not hurting anything. Oh, they can fuck with the source code of our system. Sony, we can do that anyway. Give me an hour.
Right. I think we're getting to this era where PlayStation is going to have to say, we need something.
They're going to either need to finally cave to Microsoft's demand for cross-platform, which has been a thing for a while that they've been pushing. And I don't blame them for that. Fucking at this day and age, cross-platform should be a given, like, for every game.
Well, and that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to get everybody on this train of them to be able to get on Game Pass. Because once they're on Game Pass, Microsoft is making the moolah. Like, that is...
But cross-platform shouldn't need Game Pass. It should be open to everyone. They just don't want to do it.
Yeah, Sony's just a stick in the butt a little bit.
Here's the thing I don't understand. You can play an online game for free on your computer. Well, I mean, you buy the game, obviously, but then it's free after that. If you want to play online with either Xbox or a PlayStation, the same game, you have to pay monthly for it.
Yeah.
And I've heard people say, well, it's the servers. No, it's not. Because those same servers are running over here. Fucking for the PlayStation, or for the PC folks. So what the fuck is the difference? It's the same internet connection. Everything is the same.
And then you're like, here's some free games for you each month. And it's like, you know damn well they're not paying anything to give you those free games, because they're either A, old games, or B, games that they just want in your fucking hand so you buy the next one.
Right,
Hint, hint to Final Fantasy VII Remake.
and the developers don't get shit for it. Like,
Oh yeah, the fucking developers just get probably a flat rate of.
I don't think they get any cut from the games that are on those.
Yep, I think.
Maybe the Game Pass, but not like the Xbox Gold games or the.
No, Game Pass. It might be the case of. I don't even. I think they just get it like a flat rate.
Why the fuck would you want to put your game on Game Pass then?
I don't know, unless it. Because you gotta think, how are they knowing how many times that game is gonna pay? Are they?
They monitor how many people
Right,
download
I guess that
games
makes sense. They can monitor like how many people are playing the game for how long and blah blah blah.
or how many people downloaded it.
They probably give like a percentage out to the developers that way.
Right, but I don't know. There's just a lot of really weird shit, like because that's the biggest argument I've ever heard for why consoles do that. It's, they have to run the servers. No, they fucking don't. Especially when it's running on the same servers as the PC version. It's like those servers are already running. What is the money for? Why am I paying extra for this? And nobody's been able to answer that question.
Nope.
You're paying extra for the glory of being able to use a console that you could do less on than you could if you bought a PC for the same price.
Right. Well, and I think PlayStation just came out with like a series of like 7 games or something like that. And the only good game that was in that list was Horizon Zero Dawn. You want to know how long Horizon Zero Dawn has been out?
2011, wasn't it?
Yep.
Mm.
Oh, no, not 2011. 2016, 2016.
Was it 16? I thought it was a lot longer.
No, it was
that's
after,
right.
It was when I was in college when it came out. So, because I remember my friend had gotten it, and I'm like, oh, this is like a super cool game. Got a PS4, and I started playing, and I'm like, I get to show a bow and arrow! So, alright, ZenPho.
I'm yawning my ass off here, folks. So we're gonna call it quits for tonight. Thank you all for joining us. We hope you enjoyed this as much as we did, except for Meg. Meg got very cranky in it.
Alright.
Have a good night, everybody.
Bye. Bye.